So this is a good one. Man, all right, backtrack. So I guess set the scene. G4 returns. Didn't return on the good foot. They had this very. There's a person by the name of Frosk who was, I guess, on X-Play. She's on X-Play. And she had some interesting things to say about, men and the people that are more so watching their show, saying that, she doesn't exist to be easy on the eye for them, nor did the previous host exist to be easy on the eye with them. And she's had a lot of things to say. And, of course, G4 seemed to sign up or sign off on everything it was that she was saying. Well, as all the data shows, it turned a lot of people off because it's like, what the fuck? You kind of derailed your opening for X-Play, but not just X-Play, the G4, really the company, by having this chick go on a rant about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But that's the price you pay when you hire people that are activists just in whatever roles that they are. So she goes on her sexism and gaming rant. Again, G4 signs it. They hit a downtrend, struggling to really have viewership, struggling to get, despite it being highly produced at some big studio in LA, they just don't have the numbers that seems to justify the spending. I don't see how they're making any fucking money over there at Comcast because they were the ones that were responsible for bringing them back. But in an interesting turn of events, despite her going on that rant and talking about people being easy on the eye, there's another G4 show that literally goes the complete fucking opposite route. And so they had these VTubers on, as well as these two guys. One, I believe, is a big streamer, if I'm not mistaken, on Twitch, who's now part, I guess, of the G4, this team. And they were doing this like name your price shit. And they brought on everybody's favorite Twitch chick. And that, you know what she does if you know what she does. And yeah, so it's hosted by Austin Show and Will Neff, and they bring her on. And yeah, let's just say it was a lot of objectifying of women going on. And certainly Amaranth doesn't mind that, because that's all that it is she does. So as you can see here, she's in this fucking ball pit. She's got on a fucking bikini. She was making comments about, hey, blue balls have made her a millionaire. She's also gone on and she was playing with like some fucking shake weight or some shit. So it was an interesting, yeah, there it is right there. Interesting fucking nonetheless. And I want to be clear, eating hot dogs and shit. It was all kinds of sexual lisation going on. Now, again, I want to be clear. I'm not fucking saying that they're not well within their right to do that. It almost is a reminder of G4 of old, the kind of skits and shit Olivia Munn used to do. So this isn't out of pocket for what G4 was about. The ironic thing about all of this is, again, you hear this. You tell you Frost takes on treatment of women in gaming. So this is what I'm more intrigued by. How does Frost feel about all of this? Because, I mean, this had to have been co-signed by G4. They thought it was a great idea to make this happen. And as she told us that these people and all of these folks are, and remember, she wasn't just talking about X-Play. She was talking about a bunch of shows and previous hosts like Olivia Munn, who was only, that was Attack of the Show anyway. So it's not like she was just referring to X-Play or anything. She was talking about basically that these people don't exist to be easy on the eyes, and she's not as bangable as the previous host, and all of this sort of stuff, and the sexism. And it seems that the raunchiness is being played right into by way of these other G4 hosts, and G4 has seemed to co-sign that. So I want to know what she feels about it. Fuck all of the other shit. I want to know what she feels about that. She's certainly not had a problem commenting on certain things. So now that your company, or the company that you're working for, seems to be really, to taking advantage of the whole sexualization situation and really going against everything it was that you said. I want to know how she feels. Look, man, I ain't tripping. It is what it is. They do what the fuck they want. I mean, I'm not watching this shit either way it goes. But it's just a hilarious turn of events. Now, I don't know what happened out of that situation with her. Okay, so you remember she deleted all of her form of social media. Not deleted her form of social media. She deleted previous posts. Let's say that. So Twitter got cleaned up. Now, I don't know if there was an aspect of the Comcast folks, which, I could see where that happened, had reached out to her and said, okay, yeah, I know we co-signed what it is you said, but you probably want to pipe down because we're going to be going in a different direction here. And that could have been the case. I don't know. I can't confirm that. Did they tell her to shut the fuck up? Did they tell her to calm down? I have no idea if that's the case. She's still tweeting. She's still talking her shit, but I don't think she's addressed this directly yet. So not at least as of me shooting this video. She's sent tweets, but not seem to directly engage with what's going on here. So we'll see what happens out of all of this. I still think that even if they do say and do a 180, it's going to take a lot to bring the audience back, considering that you got off, to just an absolutely terrible foot. And you have to remember, man, with these types of shows and shit, or G4 has entered in, it's not cable anymore, though Comcast is part of it. They're going the whole YouTube, Twitch, social media route. So that is a space that's already occupied by people that may not have, a quarter of the resources it is that they have, but at least they are, dare I say, popular in what it is that they do. And we know that they're engaging. We know that people value, I speak from experience on this, people that are more personable, people that seem to be genuine about what it is they're doing. And definitely in the gaming space. Why would I watch some overproduced G4 bullshit when I know that the person even talking about it ain't even played the fucking game or didn't play it in its entirety? It's like a 5-person collab for a review script that person just read. And then, considering all of that, you can go look at some YouTuber who probably doesn't even show his fucking face, give a pretty detailed review with his own gameplay and his own particular commentary. They entered into a space from the get-go that was already occupied. And just having overly produced shit, I don't think is enough to sit up here and get your support. But you got off to the wrong foot. You had a chance by at least utilizing the nostalgia aspect and that carrying you. But you fucked that up right out the get-go by having her run her damn mouth. And then you promoting it like, oh, well, we co-signed this shit. Well, this is what you get. But now we see with these other shows, I don't know if this is going to be something they're going to be sustaining. No, they are willing to sexualize and objectify the women, for sure. They are willing to do that. So I want to know what Frosk has to say about this. She certainly hasn't been one to hold her tongue on this one. So I would love to see what she has to say. You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, ericdjuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.